Computer-generated chess problem 3203 by Chesthetica. So the board appears somewhat crowded here. White has a queen, rook, a pair of knights and a pawn. Black has a queen, pair of rooks, bishop and knight. You know what that means? That means black has more material than white. And typically, that means black is more likely to win. But in chess, the position can be just as important, if not more, than material. Is that the case here? Okay, so let's say in this position, white tries to win some material back with rook to d5. This forks the king and the queen. Queen captures rook. Now notice here, if pawn captures queen, rook to b7 check, king to h8, rook to b8 check, king to g7, bishop to f3, pinning the knight. And white is basically in a lot of trouble here. The queen can't defend the knight because the c2 square is guarded by the black knight and the b1 square is guarded by the rook. So maybe knight to g4, and then rook to b7 check, king to f6, rook to b6 check, king to e7, rook captures the other knight, and this game is at best a draw for white. So after the rook moves to d5, forking the king and queen, the queen captures the rook. Now at this point, white needs to play knight to f4 check, forking the king and queen again. So king to h4, and now knight captures queen. Do you think you would have seen that? Rook to b7 follows, king to h8, rook to b8 check, knight to g8, rook to a8, queen to h6 check, bishop to h5, queen to f4 check, king to h3, queen to f5 check, bishop to g4, and white is kind of winning, but black can hold him off for some time. Okay, instead of all that, there's actually a forced mate here. Did you see it? Let's see what the engines have to say about it. Okay, so the key move is knight to f7. It doesn't seem to change very much in this position, does it? The threat, of course, for example, let's say knight captures rook, queen to h6 is mate. The bishop on g4 blocks the king's flight square. So how does black prevent queen to h6 mate? Well, one way is bishop to f3. So queen to h6 check anyway. Now the king has a flight square on g4, but then queen to h4 check. The king only has one move to f5, and then queen to f4 check. Again, the king only has one move to e6. And here, knight to d8, checkmate. Did you see what just happened here? Let's go back. Knight to f7, bishop to f3, queen to h6 check, king to g4, queen to h4 check, king to f5, queen to f4 check, king to e6. And that knight that was on f7 moves to d8 and checkmates. On the fifth move, no pieces captured. In this complicated position, white forced a mate in 5 without capturing any pieces. How's that for a computer-generated chess problem? Thanks for watching.